What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lucky Loco coming in at you with a little prison story, man. This little prison story's about a guy named Breckenridge. Yes, his name was Breckenridge. I can't remember what his first name was, but all I remember him as Reverend Do Wrong. And Reverend Do Wrong was a predator. He was in there for life for SA assault on two children that he ended up taking out. So he's doing life. He's been in there. He's a predator. He's definitely a character that is a real sick individual, man. So they call him Reverend Do Wrong is because he would lure people in with Bible verses. He'd be like, "Hey, come to my," somebody will hear him singing Christian songs or whatever it is in the weight pile. Because I remember working out and people were telling me about him, and he was singing these songs, and these people would come up and be like, "That's a lovely song, brother." And the guy was, he would be like, "Oh, yeah, if you want to learn more about it, come by my cell. I'll teach you a few things. And, if you want to go over some Bible verses," and he did sound like a reverend, but he was definitely a sick predator. So, yeah, I heard about him. So he came up and he tried talking to me, and I was like, "Hey, look, dude, if you ever try to talk to me again, we're going to have to get it. Like, I may have got beaten up or whatever, but you are not ever talking to me. We're going to have to get it. So just step the fuck away from me." And homeboy, he was like, "Oh, okay. It's, you just have to nip it in the bud, bro. If you know these people are foul, they're sick, predators, they know who to pick on. You know what I mean? They think they can jive you out of your cheeks or whatever it is that they want. And that's definitely what Breckenridge wanted. So I'd seen him in action. He, well, not like whatever he was doing to his victims, but he was definitely on the yard, spitting his game, getting at these young inmates, and he was sliding burritos under these two dudes' doors, and they're all happy eating sodas under the doors, and all this stuff costs a lot of money in prison, as you know. Especially making 2 burritos per celly, you know what I mean? With the 2 sodas, and they're all happy eating it. And there was this other gente. He was half Mexican, half white. And they called him Red because he looked like a white dude, honestly. And he was getting at Red. He got him in the cell and was like, from what Red told me, that he was like, "Yeah, I know the Bible, I know the verses." So he gets him in his cell and he starts going over it. And this is a little guy. He's like about maybe 120 pounds, maybe 5'4". And he definitely tried Python grabbing that little boy, and that kid was able to maneuver, get it, slippery wave out of his. He fought to get out of that dude's grip. Thank God. So he gets away, gets out, and then I go to GED class with Red, and he's telling me this stuff, and I'm just like, damn, some people are laughing, thinking it's funny. It kind of, when you're in prison, it kind of is. It's a source of entertainment, and it sounds fucked up, but yeah. So so I'm asking, I was like, "Damn, dude, so what was he doing?" He was like, "Yeah, he was going over Bible verses. I went in his cell before a couple times, and he was just going over the Bible, praying with me, and then he got comfortable enough, I guess, to try to do and make old Red his little girlfriend." And Red wasn't accepted by a lot of people. He wasn't accepted by the South or the white dudes. He was just a confused little white kid that a lot of people just kind of turned their backs on him. And, I guess he was tested before this incident, but it's, that Reverend Do Wrong, I remember he was walking ahead of me through GED, and then he was like, that dude would be on the second tier, and then he would make a noise like, and that Red kid would look up, and he'd just be on the tier with just a towel and putting his leg up on the post so the homeboy can see his junk, and he'd just look, and I was like, "Ugh." But, that was the first incident I seen. That I seen him talk slick to this dude named Trigger from Denver. Big old Crip dude, man. He was not I can't remember what his last name was, but we were in GD together, and I just remember playing Pinochle, and I hear them get into it. It wasn't like they weren't yelling, there was no screaming, and then I see Trig go walk in his room, but his body language was something. One thing about prison, you're going to learn about body language and people's eyes, just how nervous they are. And yeah, so Trig, read the body language. I'm like, oh shit, because I'm playing Pinochle and I'm not sitting here like watching. I'm just like, all right, watch. You learn the tricks in there if you've been in here kind of watching, playing, and you're like, oh shit, look, whispering amongst each other. And Trig goes in there and pulls out this fucking bone crusher from hell. And he pulls it out and you get, hey, motherfucker, boo, 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 boo. But me and Trig were cool. Me and Trigger from Denver were cool. He was a Crip from Denver. I can't remember what his last name was, but I think he was doing a lot of time too. And he was at, GED a couple days later, I go into class and I'm like, hey, Trig, what happened, homie? He's like, that motherfucker was talking to me like I was, like he was my daddy. I went in there with the blade and was like, motherfucker, I'm in here for killing my daddy. And you just seen, you never seen somebody go so pale, a black person go pale, till they face what they were about to face, because Trig went in there to go handle his business. And if he said the wrong thing, there would have been no more Breckenridge. There would have been, Trig would, I think he had all day anyways. So, but it was, yeah. The Predators, there's quite a few of them, man. So let me know if you want to hear any more stories about the Predators and the Colorado prison system, which is pretty crazy. I know my stories ain't as exciting as some of the other folks, but that's what I witnessed in there was Reverend Do-Wrong. Now that was a sick individual, and he just, it's nasty. But anyways, your boy Lucky Local, just sharing a little bit of the Reverend Do-Wrong. Hit the like, subscribe, comment. Let me know. All right. Peace.